February 27th. Before I get started, there's a link in the description below to sign up for PrizePicks, or you can use promo code TUFF to sign up. They will match 100% of your first deposit. We do have the Discord link in the description where the main server is completely free. We also have the Patreon link in the description where we had a great Sunday as well here on Patreon. We went 8-1 with all the Patreon plays here for yesterday's Sunday NBA slate. So again, go ahead and check out that link in the description below. But let's get right into it, you guys. I do also need to mention I'm not a gambling expert. This is not financial advice. These are plays I'm personally looking at making. Hopefully give you guys some insight and analysis to make your own player prop decisions here. But let's get right into it, you guys. We have a 4-game slate today. So a lot smaller slate today overall. Again, a little bit harder to, I guess you could say, find like significant value, just because the books just have a little bit less, things to worry about, and they can focus in on really making these lines as sharp as possible. But again, we have the advantage of being able to do a lot more research on these plays, given that there's less plays overall. But 4-game slate here. I got 2 plays here that I'm targeting for this YouTube video. Let's not waste any time. Let's just get right into it. So the first one is going to be Jayson Tatum. I'm actually going to be targeting his over 44.5 PRA here against the Knicks. Now, if Jayson Tatum sells this year, I'm going to be very, very disappointed in him. He's over this in 3 of his last 5 games here. And if we take a look at a few things, there's going to be no Jaylen Brown tonight. Jaylen Brown has been ruled out. There's a 2.5 point spread, 223 over under. This game is being played in New York, and Jayson Tatum, 2.5 point spread. So Jayson Tatum already, right? He's gonna be playing 30, 36, 37, 38 minutes, right? Usage is gonna be through the roof without Jaylen Brown. This season without Jaylen Brown, Jayson Tatum sees a 35.9% usage, with averaging 30 points per game, 8.3 rebounds, and 5 assists for Jayson Tatum in an 862.5 minute sample size, right? That's very, very strong in my opinion. Jayson Tatum PRA game log this season without Jaylen Brown. He's over this line in 7 of 10 games, 65, 56, 54, 52, 51, 49, 48, and then had a 41 game here in only 30 minutes, which was a blowout here against Charlotte. So still had 41 in 30 minutes. So technically, I mean, it's not over, but 36 and 26, right? 2.5 point spread. Jayson Tatum is going to be playing around 36 plus minutes in this matchup. He's faced the Knicks twice this season. In the most recent matchup, he had 53 PRA in that matchup in 43 minutes of play, and that was with Jaylen Brown in the lineup. We can see here, Jaylen Brown was in that lineup. Jaylen Brown had 22 points, took 22 field goal attempts. Jayson Tatum still had 35, 14, and 4. Like I said, for 53 PRA in that matchup. And it's a great matchup versus the Knicks, right? The Knicks giving up, again, to small forwards, 42.84 fantasy points, which is the third most to the position in the NBA. They're also on the season giving up the most points to the small forward position, the 7th most assists, I believe. Some decent odds for us here, minus 125 on Caesars, DraftKings, and BetMGM. Consensus is minus 125 here. So Vegas here. Previous lines as well, 49.5 here against Memphis, 45.5, 46.5, 47.5. So a little bit of a discount here in my opinion at 44.5. I do maybe think this has a chance to bump up here. But overall, without Jaylen Brown in an elite matchup, 2.5 point spread, Jayson Tatum, debatably in that MVP race, really, I feel like a game for him to show that he belongs there. Didn't play really that great against Philly and had 37. They're going to need him tonight. Not a back-to-back off, a full day's rest here. So I like Jayson Tatum over 44.5 PRA against the Knicks. Again, just if you want to pivot, you could pivot to his 13.5 RA, which has been a strong play as well, or just his 31.5 points, which could be a play as well. But I'm taking a 44.5 PRA here. The second one is going to be Mark Williams, and I'm playing his over 21.5 points plus rebounds. Again, this is another one where you could potentially pivot to his over 30.5 fantasy score. But let's talk about Mark Williams for a second here. So Mark Williams points plus rebounds game log this season without PJ Washington, which is key here, right? PJ Washington missed the last game against Miami, which is one of the toughest, defenses versus centers in the NBA. Like if we take a look at the centers, all right, Miami gives us the second least points to centers as well as the least amount of rebounds. And in that game, Mark Williams had 38 PR. Right, 18 points and 20 rebounds in 29 minutes. He took 12 field goal attempts, right? And without PJ Washington is why I think this is key. So if you take a look at a full season sample size, with PJ Washington off the floor, Mark Williams averages 20.6 points and 14.3 rebounds. That's, 34.9 PR is what he's averaging in a 236-minute sample size, which is pretty decent, in my opinion. So 20.6 points, 14.3 rebounds that Mark Williams does average here. without PJ Washington on the floor, he just gets higher usage. And if we take a look here, centers, points plus rebounds game log this season versus the Pistons. I mean, this has been cash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 different centers have cleared this line. Right? Yeah, I don't know since what is this? Like, what's the most recent? Since January 19th. So a little bit over a month, like the last 30 games, we've seen 9 different centers. Podol had 23 just 2 days ago against Detroit at Detroit. Brook Lopez had 25, Mobley had 27, Carter had 28, Williams had 30, Vucevic 31, Jared Allen 36, Claxton had 40, and Ayton had 47 here. Great odds for us as well. Let's see if these have actually even refreshed. And minus 135 on DK Sportsbook for Mark Williams here. It's probably the same. Yeah, minus 135 at over 21.5. This is another play that I think has a chance to bump up here. Right, just the odds here, and then again, this game being played in Charlotte should help him as well. But no PJ Washington, I think, is a great spot here for Mark Williams in a spot. James Wiseman, I mean, Duren's out and Stewart's questionable. James Wiseman horrible defensively, sorry. So great spot here for Mark Williams. I think you could run either of these plays. I'm going to put both of these plays here. Just for whatever one you feel more comfortable. 21.5 points plus rebounds or his 30.5 fantasy score, I think are both strong plays here tonight. So these are the plays here on this for this YouTube video, Monday, February 27th. Let me know in the comments below how you guys feel about these plays. Patreon plays will be live very soon. Drop a like on this video, guys. Hit that subscribe button. And as always, let's cash.